Amazing wisdom.
Entrepreneurs,
business leaders,
Success.
CEOs
Amazing success.
around the world.
This is the Success Nuggets Podcast. Have you ever wondered what you could learn and how inspired you'd be if you asked incredible people from around the world about the patterns that drive progress? Get ready to dive into a world of insights and inspiration. This is the Success Nuggets Podcast with the founder of the Digital Light Bulb and your host, David Abel.
Today's guest has been called the Navy SEAL of rehabilitation medicine, helping elite athletes, stroke patients, and chronic pain patients recover faster than traditional medicine ever imagined. Dr. Lisa Corsa is my guest today, and we're in for a great show. So, I'm one of those people that if I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood. And I spoke with ChatGPT the other day, and it said, I train my body, I don't let my mood decide. And I was like, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you that whatever mood you're in, you need to wake up in the morning and say, if I don't make myself 1% better, I can't move forward. We're not talking about 50% change. I got to do 35 things. One thing to change your life each day to move forward. So sure, the best workout in the world is the one you never wanted to go do. That's why I wake up at, 4 in the morning. I'm at the gym at 5. There are days I'm sleeping 6 hours because I'm taking care of medical crises, but I'm still going to go to the gym. And that's really key point. Don't let mood affect your longevity. Period. End of story.
So, the 5 pillars of longevity has become your signature piece now. And that's your mission. And I love that. You've got it down. Can you explain about your studios and your work?
Absolutely. So I own Premier Therapy Solutions, which is a private boutique medical concierge clinic located in sunny Boca Raton, Florida. They have sun all year round, no excuse to get out and move. I really take the complex medical cases. These failed back surgery syndromes, complex regional pain. When the doctor says you're never going to walk again, you're going to be in pain for the rest of your life, there's nothing I can do, they come to me. And we solve it. We solve the medical mysteries. We solve the complex problems, all using my 5 pillars of longevity. So pillar number 1 is sleep. And they're really ranked in this order. So you must get average of 8 to 10 hours a night. So if you're traveling and you're having one bad night for the week, it's okay. Get back on the program. Get that 8 to 10 hours. Sleep is when your body heals. Sleep is when your brain heals. That is important to note. So your first factor is fixing sleep. Number 2, nutrition. Food is medicine. The standard American diet is just what it is. Sad, terrible, horrible. SAD, it's so sad what we're doing here. Eating healthy is so expensive. But I meal prep. On Sunday, I make my 6 meals, my 6 chicken breasts, my 6 things of broccoli, rice. That's important. Our food pyramid has changed for the better. Why? Because I'm going to tell you that you need to eat more protein. Protein is vital for the muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons to function in our 90s. We can't stick to the low carb, no fat. We just can't. So nutrition, food is medicine. 3, exercise. So absolutely, exercise is truly the key factor in living longer. It's more important than any other metric right now. Exercise, not 3 days a week, not 4, not 5. The number is 7. That's right. I said 7. There's no reason why on Sunday you can't go for a walk in the park, do a few these 6 squats. I came up with the Corsa conditioning kit. It's no excuse therapy. No excuse. It's a small little thing. You don't need a gym. You can do it anytime, any place, anywhere. Inexpensive. Done and done. You don't need to spend 2 hours, join an expensive membership. Just get out and move. Because truly, mobility and movement is medicine. Number 4, something that I don't know anyone truly really does on a regular basis. It's called stretching. We're sitting. Sitting is worse than smoking. No one gets up and stretches. One airplane is a long-haul 14-hour flight. I'm the only one walking in the back, moving my legs. I'm physically getting off the ladies like, you coming back again? Yes, I got to move on this 14-hour flight. So I stretch my calves. I stretch my back. I stretch my neck so I don't get texting neck. The whole world has texting neck. The whole world has chronic low back pain. And I've got the algorithm to solve it. Done, done, and done. And the last pillar of longevity, which truly has been a metric most scientists have studied, is what we're doing now. Communicating with human beings, thinking, cognitive behavioral, meditation, getting out and socializing. Not on our iPhones, not reclusive loneliness. Love, talk to human beings, not just email text. No, doing what we're doing now, having a wonderful conversation. And this really is longevity.
I was furiously scribbling notes, even though I love this framework. And I'm not perfect. I'm sure everybody in this can get on board with that. Let's go back through and then. Okay, so sleep, 8 to 10 hours. And so I go to bed at 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I can get up. Do you recommend going to bed earlier, like 9? Nothing happens after 9 p.m., does it?
I really love that. I think that's what I tell my children in college. Nothing good happens after midnight. Be home by midnight. So I will tell you that the key focus is to always set the same time at night. That's more important. So if it's 9, keep it at 9. If it's 10, keep it at 10. Honestly, if it's 11, keep it at 11. I'm okay with that. I really am. But keep it that same number within a 30-minute variable. So that's really important. And you really want to get that restful sleep. You know, unfortunately, we are an addiction of pain and sleeping pills. But I've reset patients' circadian rhythm and sleep disorders with my sleep physicians in 72 hours. There's just no excuse, but you have to practice sleep hygiene. No blue light. Get off your iPhone 1 hour before. Do not eat. Don't eat a big meal, and then you come home and you lay down. You actually need 2 to 3 hours to digest before lying down. And don't drink alcohol and come home and think you're going to fall asleep. It doesn't happen. So really, remember our grandparents used to do the early bird special? That is the right idea. Eat the early bird special at 5 o'clock. I'm eating dinner at 6 o'clock at night. I don't want to do 8, 9, 10. It's so bad for you. So sleep hygiene, the classes. Don't drink caffeine at night. Be careful of chocolate at night. It's got caffeine. Don't have an espresso after dinner. That's crazy. And really, once you just remove those, I promise your circadian rhythm and sleep will be better.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, the circadian rhythm. It came into my perspective this week, actually, just speaking to a business owner. And I asked them about rehab. That could be an area of your speciality, though. And some people who have had gut problems, where they come off, they just can't sleep. They're wide awake, and then they said it's probably their circadian rhythm. And I was like, what's that? They said it's probably all over the place. Me personally, I'm a bit of a late night snacker. I'm trying not to, but I'll have a piece of dark chocolate. I've replaced milk chocolate with dark chocolate and some dates. How do you reset the circadian rhythm? So many people probably don't even know it exists, and sleep is number one, right, for you?
Sleep is number one. Really, in my clinic here in Florida, I have done studies as a clinical scientist, PhD. I've actually done those studies where they come to me with failed back and chronic sciatica or a shoulder rotator cuff tear. I can't get them better. I will do my exact treatment algorithm, and they're still not sleeping. Their tissues don't heal. Their bones, their ligaments, their muscles, they do not heal. So, the circadian rhythm is our body's natural ability to fall asleep, number one, stay asleep restfully, and then wake up calmly. It's that ebbs and flows of our cortisol, the brain chemicals that are good. Every single person is born with a normal circadian rhythm. It's what we do to it to disturb it. You just said it. Drugs, alcohol, vaping. It's all of these things that destroy our circadian rhythm. And, some of the top 3 ways you can reset it is exactly removing those negative items, drugs, alcohol, bad chemicals, pain pills, sleeping pills. You remove it. It's not going to be easy. You force yourself at the set time, say it's 10, lights out, blackout drapes, no noise. Some people need the white noise. Are you going to sleep great the first night? No, absolutely not. But you're going to do it the second night. You're going to eat dinner at 5 o'clock at night. You're going to not late night snack. You're not going to have the espresso. You're going to remove the medications. Some people take some over-the-counter natural herbals like melatonin, which are safe if you're prescribed by your physician. There are some safe tablets. And you're going to do a sleep hygiene. Day 2, 9 o'clock, lights out. I'm going to try it again. I didn't eat at 9 o'clock at night. Nope, I ate at 5. And if you do that 7 days, honestly, on that 7th day, your body's going to fall asleep. Now, you do need to incorporate exercise. Not at night. We're not running on a treadmill at 9 o'clock at night and expecting our body to sleep at 10. You need to do the workouts in the morning so the body gets into that calming nighttime sleep. Make sure the lights are down. And now they're even selling, which is fantastic, these normal light that you can put on your skin if you work in a dark room, or you're a radiologist that sits in a dark room, or a photographer, or you never see the day of light. They've got daylight light up mirrors that you can put on your body to really feel like vitamin D. We're lucky in Florida. I got vitamin D every day outside. But if you're living in cold Seattle and it's dark, or even London, or some of your dark days, it's tough. You're not getting that normal light that you need. So that's really some tips.
Being in London last week, I was looking around at a shared workspace, and some offices had nice, calming light, and others had that real oppressive strip lights in. And I think that actually affected me. I think that gave me headaches when I worked in those big corporate offices. And I wear blue light glasses. I don't know if you recommend people do that, with like the yellow tint from time to time.
It's really important you say this. Lighting really is a big factor. I do recommend the blue light, those yellow dark lenses, absolutely. At the end of your day, absolutely. You're right. We are, people are going to nightclubs, strobe lighting. We're doing these bright LEDs. Everyone's on their Instagram late at night, or they've got the podcast light on their iPhone, and they're filming at 11 o'clock at night, bright light. You can't. Do you know that the eyes have these really unique reflexes in them that also helps to reset brain health, balance, chemicals, circadian rhythm? It's fascinating. Our eyes are really important for our sleep.
What about afternoon naps? I'm known in my house for being able to just stick a pillow on my head while the telly's on and just that's me out for 2 hours, love it. But maybe I'm just exhausted.
So look at the blue zones. There was that book years ago about the blue zones and the 5 places that are amazing. One of them was in my heritage country of Italy. They took naps. There's nothing wrong with taking a nap. There is nothing wrong as long as it doesn't disrupt your sleep at night. If you're taking a long nap, now you can't go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, or you're set 10 because you took a long nap. That's the issue. But there's nothing wrong with a wonderful, restful hour nap is part of longevity.
Great stuff. And I love that blue zone thing, actually. It's Sardinia, isn't it? Is that where you're from, Sardinia?
I have family in Sardinia.
Wow, yes, and I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated. There's a place in China as well where they live to 102, and they drink from the plants and the trees. And I'm like, the certain thing is right. Technology has advanced us a bit past what we're capable of as humans. And some, medical science, we would take our hat off for that. But the other fast-paced. And I wonder if the diets we had once upon a time were actually perfect. And the medical science today is absolutely perfect.
You are so right. Don't you remember your grandmother's old chicken soup penicillin? I mean, look, I really believe in this. We have herbals out there, mushrooms that really were used back in the old days for medicines. I was vegan for a very, very long time, 20 years where I had no meat, nothing. And I truly felt amazing. It's only recently that I went the last 3 years and went back to just chicken and fish to increase my protein because I was struggling to actually put on muscle. And as a scientist, I did a body experiment and I did something called body recomposition. Could I recomposition my body to change from 24% body fat down to 14%? I did it. To only having 15 pounds of muscle mass to 100 pounds of muscle mass. I put muscle on me extensively. And a lot of women say, oh, I can't do it when I'm older. I'm in menopause or perimenopause, or I'm too old. Muscles don't age. They need stimulus. You've seen that 80 and 90-year-olds, they're bodybuilders, they're out there. Muscles don't age, you need to provide it stimulus. So I'm really big about plants. I agree with you that we should be continuing to look that way before we do medicines. I've gotten people to get off 30 medications, literally, by following my 5 pillars.
That's it. And then some of the work you've done has outpaced other science and medicines as well. I have heard of some real injuries. A real good friend of mine had a horse ride accident and they said she couldn't walk again. And she pretty much said she thought herself better. She closed her eyes and said knee bend, heel flex, and that. But you've got loads of these, haven't you?
Absolutely. I have hundreds of cases in my practice here where we do just that. They were never going to walk again. Massive strokes, Parkinson's disease, massive fractured femur, and every single patient is walking again with the use of, you just said it, mirror therapy. Do you know that we actually have mirror neurons in our brain? So I make the patient stare at a mirror. We talk it, we say it out loud, he hears it, and we're seeing it. And there is 100% validity in that science. And then I use part of my Corsa method, which I developed, is using electrons and specific electrotherapies to activate specific muscles and motor neurons to regenerate the muscle. As I said, the muscles heal. The muscles regenerate. We know that the nerves regenerate. So, this is science. And as a clinical scientist, I read the research and then I practice here in the clinic. And that's why everybody gets better. And we've got food science data. Do you know there's like over 35 anti-inflammatory plant-based foods? Why are you not eating them every single day? I don't understand. And I eat those every single day. And that's why I've got no inflammation, even playing 3 hours of tennis or you doing heavy weights in the gym. I'm not tearing my muscles up.
I'm starting to eat raw ginger because some things that is nature's ibuprofen. What else can I be chewing on? I started chewing on basil. You'd be happy to hear. What are these other natural inflammatories that we can all get our hands on now?
Now, for the natural inflammatory foods is blueberries, walnuts, really, really good. A good apple is a low glycemic load. Organic apple, you have to be careful of pesticides. You got to stay away from nightshades. Nightshades, if you look those up, are inflammatory foods. It's tomato sauce, eggplant. Those are some white potato. Cherries, dark cherry juice is anti-inflammatory. Pineapple has bromelain in it, anti-inflammatory. Oatmeal, I do a gluten-free, real actually your English oats and porridge is phenomenal. Really, really anti-inflammatory. Dairy, a lot of our dairy now, unfortunately, is very high in inflammatory factors. So a lot of the non-dairy plant-based milks are really good for you. Plant-based yogurts, definitely it's out there and they're not expensive. You need to make a choice. Almost every single green, leafy vegetable, if it's got the color green, it's good. Every morning, noon and night, you should have a color green on your plate. That's it. Absolutely.
We do broccoli and peas. There's no British peas. Here I am, age 47. I used to work very hard with a personal trainer and help me running up walls and pretty quick. Kept doing lots of jumping in and stuff like that. But in the last few years, I've got into swimming. And as part of that comes steam rooms and saunas and a lot of personal connection in those rooms, as in we just sit and chat. And the stories you hear from all kinds of ages and what someone just did for a swim. There's a lady who's 76 who does a mile every day. She had a bad knee and they said, just go swimming. And she goes, I hate swimming. do 10 minutes. Next week, though, do one more. Next week, one more. You should do 11, 12, 13. You got to 15. You change from boring breaststroke to learning bilateral, and then you end 2 then to bilateral, then 48 breaststroke, then 4, flipped it over 50, 60, 70, 80, and 2 days is the consistency. The same consistency, just here, pushing it forward. What are the sort of lies people tell themselves about pain and recovery?
Well, the biggest lie is, Doc, I work out every single day and I don't lose weight. Come on. Doc, I eat nothing. I barely eat. I'm eating salad every day and I don't lose weight. Come on. No, no, and no. So follow the simple rules. Simple math, calories in versus calories out, period, end of story. You're going to lose weight. If you go to the gym and lift and provide a stimulus heavy, you're going to gain muscle. But if you're walking on the golf course and you're wondering why you haven't gained muscle, come on. These are the lies we tell ourselves. You absolutely need to continue to provide a different stimulus. So this is important. It's called the SAID principle. Specific adaptations to imposed demands. The body adapts. You've got to change it. So, every 4 weeks, I'm changing my cardio routine, changing my weight routine. I'm even changing my food routine because you develop food allergies if you eat the same food, months and months and months. So I do alter it every month. Don't you remember the old days? We never ate a tomato year-round. We only ate foods in season. Now we eat everything because everything's in season. How's that possible? Raspberries only grow a certain time of the year. But we've genetically modified everything and made everything big and huge. And it's a disaster, our food system. So I'm going to tell you that don't lie to yourself because you're only lying to your body. And then your body's going to fail. And I'm going to tell you when you come to my clinic, top 5 reasons your body failed and top 5 ways you're going to fix it. And you will fix it. If you follow the algorithm, the Corsa method, you will fix it. So, yeah, and those recovery things, you're right. Saunas are good. Infrared sauna, we have one here in the clinic. I think people should be in it every day. Cold plunges. Those are great. Your swimming is phenomenal. There's no compression on your joints. But I will tell you this, osteoarthritis, which is arthritis in the joints, is one of the number 1 preventable conditions. So when someone says, Doc, I got OA of my knees, they're so arthritic, I'm going to say, I'm blaming you for it. It's your fault. Now, rheumatoid arthritis and other types of arthritis are not hereditary, genetic, inherited autoimmune. But osteoarthritis, which is just overuse syndrome and muscle asymmetries, not taking care of your body, is preventable. Very important to know.
With your 4-week diet planning, tell us about that process. How far in advance do you look? I now fancy cherries, like you said, or something different to me.
So definitely, I really am OCD when it comes to that because your body's a machine. Every single disease in the world has the letter I in it. Stands for inflammation. Everything, whatever we eat in our body, we cause an inflammatory reaction. Our body is biology, chemistry, and physics. Remember those subjects you hated to do when you were in high school and college? No, you actually need to know those. So every 4 weeks, I'm like, done. I'm not going to have a coconut milk latte. I'm now going to have an almond milk latte. No, I'm not going to eat an apple every day. I'm going to eat dried cherries, some prunes, or dried apricots. I'm going to change it up. I am not going to eat broccoli 6 days a week. I'm now going to go with spinach, asparagus, cabbage, bok choy. There's so much out there. I'm not going to eat chicken every day, which I do. I'd rather change it up. Your English Scottish salmon, amazing. Some sea bass, phenomenal. So you got to change it up. We develop food allergies as we get older. We do. We all do. So I make a note every 5 weeks. And listen, your body tells you the entire world is on pepsid and antacids. Why are we popping antacids? That means whatever we ate caused an inflammatory reaction and didn't respond. And do you know that your gut lining changes every 90 days? Fix it. We can do it.
I love this. This is so good. And once again, you're confirming a routine makes a machine. Let's see if you've ever dealt with this kind of case. My son's 9, a couple of food allergies, available choice is limited. He's not fussy, but how do you get more protein in him?
It's a great question. There definitely are childhood allergies that can be severely deleterious. Peanut allergies can cause someone to be in an anaphylaxis shock, and need an EpiPen. That's a serious food allergy that needs to be monitored by the pediatrician and really the allergist. So you should 100% identify those and follow the protocols accordingly. But if your child has just an aversion, he says, Mom, I don't like it, they actually do say, every 2 weeks, re-enter that food back in. Bring it back on the table. Or take that food and mix it with something. Mix it in a smoothie. How is your kid going to know that your strawberry smoothie threw some spinach in it? They're not going to know, because you can stick some raspberries to make it red. So there's clever ways to reintroduce food. Some kids even have food aversions on their tongue. It's called the sensory processing disorder. Some autistic spectrum children have tongue factors, which we actually help parents here manage and manipulate the receptors on the tongue so that the child can eat Jell-O or a healthy pudding or, chopped up asparagus. So protein sources, sure, your kids want chicken nuggets. Instead of frying the chicken nuggets, bake them. Forget ketchup because it's got high fructose corn syrup. You can make your own ketchup without the high fructose. Actually, I think in Europe, you ban that harmful chemical, thank God, so your ketchup is better than ours. But, have them, Mom, I don't like a grilled chicken nugget. That's okay, honey. We're going to dip it in this kind of ketchup and we're going to air fry it. So even fish, your fish fingers, why can't you dip that fish and air fry it instead of greasy fry it? Ground beef, make a grass-fed hamburger on a really good gluten-free bun. But they do say every 2 weeks, reintroduce that food that your kid hates, and eventually they're going to like it.
Right. Superb. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. We could talk all day, but we will finish the show with what's your one golden nugget for life. So, Dr. Lisa Corsa, do you have a one golden nugget for life?
My one golden nugget for life is definitely going to be movement and mobility equals longevity. So get out and move.
Yeah. Guys, listen, pain isn't always a problem. It's sometimes the signal that your body wants to heal. But as Dr. Lisa says, try not to get to that point. There's so many things you can do, thousands of ways. Where can people find you, Lisa, so they can follow on more? And I'm going to make notes as well because it's so good.
Thank you. So my website, I'm located in Florida. It is ptvikhealth.com. I'm also on Instagram, Premier Therapy Solutions, and you can message me there. I'd love to answer questions on any of this for your listeners. And I have a passion for healing, passion for, really getting that person back to integrating a healthy life. So happy to reach out to me anytime.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Join David and his incredible guests next time on the Success Nuggets podcast. And to find out more, visit onegoldennugget.com. Thank you for listening.